ladies and gentlemen, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's WWE Raw Recap show. Yes, this is the aftermath of Survivor Series 2014, taking place at the Angel of Winds Arena in Everett, Washington. Is this like a Joel Osteen arena he built or something like that? Anyway, this is where this week's Raw takes place. So what does it matter? Anyway, yes, this is the aftermath of the Survivor Series. Had a couple of surprise turns. One person has been gone for a while because of an injury, came back and wasn't so much of a happy return. And another person who's not been around for a couple months, but definitely made a statement this evening. More on that later. So if you're entertained by this, like what I talk about, hey, click that thumbs up button. Lets me know you like it. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's Raw. And be a champ. And click on that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber yet. Also, hit the notification bell so you'll know when my content comes out. So you can check it out. Anyway, let's start this week's Raw with CM Punk. CM Punk makes his return to Raw after the Hell in a Cell match. Well, after that Hell in a Cell, this is first Monday night show. But you know, he did make an appearance on SmackDown when it was announced that he was the fifth member of the Bloodline team, Roman Reigns led Bloodline team. He comes out, talks about no, he thought it was possibly might be his last match was that Hell in a Cell match, but then he went through that grueling War Games match, and now he sees his future pretty bright. Points at the make believe WrestleMania sign and says that's where his future lies. And after that, Seth Rollins' music hits. He comes to the ring, and it definitely looked like Punk mouth, at least mouth the F bomb. Not sure if I can say it quite yet. I'm pretty sure I'll slip up and say it myself. Anyway, Seth said, "Hey, he should have knocked Punk out when he first came back, and he took pity on CM Punk last time he seen him because he had that grueling Hell in a Cell match." Punk tapped on him on the mic and said, "Look, uh, Seth Rollins, you talk too freaking much." Uh, and he said he's gotten over all of his personal demons. 6 months ago, Rollins had a championship. Now he doesn't. So Rollins isn't really relevant to him being CM Punk. So basically, CM Punk said, "Hey, look, you ain't got a belt, buddy. I don't care about you. So stay out of my business." And Ron's like, "Hey, you are my business." They started throwing hands. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso came out to separate the two. And Seth Rollins said, "Yeah, Jey, just go run back to Roman Reigns." And Sami Zayn, "Hey, you can't talk to Jey like that." And Seth Rollins like, "Okay, cool, I understand. He's family. Why don't you go back to run this Roman Reigns then? Because he didn't care for you then. He mistreated you. Blah blah blah." Kind of went back memory lane, saying, "Hey, they've been up the road together. Of course, back in their independent days. Back where Sami Zayn wore a mask and Seth Rollins went by a different name." Anyway, this pretty much sets up a match for later tonight. Pretty good segment. Didn't feel like it was long, but not so dragging. Don't know if we really needed that exchange, the longer exchange between Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn. I think they could have done that in the it could have been a backstage type quick little promo, but they handled it right there. But it should have been probably a little quicker. The money match is going to be CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Looking forward to that match. I think everybody's been looking forward to that match ever since CM Punk returned at last year's Survivor Series and the melee that occurred from that. All right. Following that, we got our first match of the night. It was Damage Control, Io Sky, and Tyler Sane going against the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. Match starts off with a big boot to the face to Kairi Sane by Raquel Rodriguez. they worked on saying until Io Sky got the tag in. Uh, she has a good showing. Was going for the over the moon moonsault, but a little more counter that. Got up, tagged Raquel Rodriguez. They work on Sky a little bit, who winds up getting another hot tag to Kairi Sane. Sane drops that insane elbow on Rodriguez. Morgan breaks out the pin. Sky would take out Morgan with a suicide dive. Sane punches Rodriguez in the ring, then runs right back into another big boot from Raquel Rodriguez. From there, Raquel Rodriguez hits that Tijuana bomb on Kairi Sane for the win, but the beatdown continues because Io Sky is the number one contender, going to get a chance for the WWE Women's Championship at uh, Saturday night's main event, which I believe is next Saturday. Yes, next Saturday. Uh, should be a pretty good show there. Anyway, they had a beatdown going on until Mommy came in. Uh, Rhea Ripley came in. They go at it. Rodriguez winds up throwing Rhea Ripley into the table, the announcer's table eye first. The injured tibia bone. No, tibia. Who cares? I'm not a doctor. Uh, Anyway, that fractured bone right there. They did pretty good selling that. She did okay selling it, kind of kept it covered, but still ready to fight because she's the badass gal in the WWF. So, and that pretty much sets up a match at Saturday night's main event. Or crap, I forgot. Sorry about that. But anyway, there is going to be a match between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez down the road. Might be on next week's Raw. All right, and following that, we have our first three-way women's match, triple threat match, and this is part of the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. This will be the secondary Raw brand championship for the ladies. The finals for the United States Women's Championship will be on Saturday night's main event, and that will represent SmackDown. And this match, we had Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, and Katana Chance. That's typical three-way stuff. Baszler kind of bullied both women, took out Dakota briefly outside the ring, kind of hit a suicide dive on uh, Baszler. They go out for a while. Then Dakota Kai would get back into it. All three women go at it. Katana Chance hits a Frankensteiner on Dakota Kai onto Shayna Baszler. Got a 2 count on both women. But in the end, Shayna Baszler will lock Dakota Kai in a rear naked choke, going for that submission. They get down to the ground. Dakota Kai winds up rolling back through it. Katana Chance gets the 450 splash. From the 450 splash, Dakota Kai grabs Chance, hits that fireman's kick. I don't know what the name of the move is. They didn't really give a name of the move. It's just, fireman's carry into a kick to the head, and that's how Dakota Kai wins and moves on in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. So, how do I feel about the women's Intercontinental and women's United States? I'm indifferent to it. It can be cool. Just hope it doesn't become a second thought like the tag team titles became. Even though there's you got don't mean to drift off here, but you got some pretty good women's. You got the Unholy Union. You got Chance and Carter. You got Baszler and Zoe Stark. And you got the current champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. And any grouping of women you probably pass up, but that's a pretty good slot of tag teams in your women's division that could make the titles that more interesting. Like I said, I became a big fan of the Unholy Union. Not sure where the other one is. I know Alda Fire as she is in that Intercontinental Championship tournament. Not sure where her partner is. Must have missed the news of her injury or something like that. So let me know in the chat where she is because they were definitely becoming my favorite women's tag team. All right, from there we have celebration time. It is the New Day's 10-year celebration. Adam Pearce welcomes out Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Started the New Day Rocks chant. Kofi and Xavier kind of talked to the crowd as if they were parents talking to their kids, saying they might get divorced. But that's when Big E comes out. That's when Big E comes out. Says, guys, quit fighting. Um, it's breaking. Didn't say breaking heart, but it's tearing in his soul that they're bickering back and forth. And he says, look, until I'm clear to wrestle, I'm gonna come back. Uh, basically become their manager. Uh, then Xavier kind of dropped the bomb there. Woods asked Big E, why now? Why is he doing this after watching them fall apart for so many months? Now he wants to come back. Wood tells E that he left them. Kingston actually gets on the mic and says, Woods is right. So what? He broke your neck. You Stone Cold Steve Austin broke his neck, came back. Kurt Angle broke his neck, came back. Edge, they dropped Edge's name. Don't know where he is now. Oh yeah, that's right. He's using his real name in AEW. I think he's supposed to be clear to wrestle. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, all these guys came back from broken necks, but he hasn't. He left them. Uh, and let's face it, they said, let's face it, you're not coming back to the ring. You're not going to be medically cleared. Um, so, won't you just go your several ways? We go ours. Uh, you know, Big E said, hey, come on, let's get together, let's fix this. And that's when Kofi Kingston put his, hand on his chest and said, look, no, you're gone. It's just, it's just me and Kofi now. They shook hands, and looks like now we have a heel New Day. Uh, was kind of looking forward to seeing what Xavier Woods could do as a singles, but this might be because well, Big E, he was they kind of separated him a little bit. Xavier Woods was on one brand, I think the Raw brand. He was on the SmackDown brand. That's where he won the WWE Championship. Uh, so maybe Wood kind of Kingston can be not really the manager, but kind of a second. They team a little bit, but they kind of still give Woods kind of a little bit of singles push. Maybe maybe it's Xavier helps him capture the Intercontinental Championship. Who knows? Could work out. If they can do it a way that keeps Braun Breaker looking strong, that's the only way they can do it. And hey, he's uh, captured. Yeah, he's lost and captured it back once. For sure, he can do it again. But always trust the system. Sometimes, if the system's working, trust it. All right. After that, we have a match featuring Dominic Mysterio as he takes on the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Uh, Dominic got to a quick start, but Gunther comes back, puts him in a Boston Crab. Mysterio will break the hold by getting to the ropes. Uh, why he tried to do this? Mysterio and Gunther traded chops. Uh, Gunther would put him in a sleeper hold, but they kind of crowded the referee. Referee couldn't see what's going on, so Mysterio took that time and kicked Gunther in the webos. Um, hit a couple 619s, followed by a frog splash. He covered Gunther for a near fall. Mysterio tries for a suplex, but instead it's chopped, kicked hard in the face. Gunther would hit the power bomb for the win. And as he was kind of celebrating, here comes Finn Balor, attacks Gunther, hits hits, a, hits some coup de grace, and actually there was a little bit of a when Dominic kind of got the advantage a little bit towards the end. There was a few little dirty dime chants, and after Finn Balor hit his last coup de grace on Gunther, there's a few fans in the crowd going, "Hey, one more time, one more time." So not sure if that was the reaction they were looking for. It seems to me they kind of looking for Gunther to be the kind of baby face in this short little feud for now. Uh, but I'm pretty sure most of the crowd usually likes Gunther, so it all works out. All right, after that, we got a singles match here. R-Truth going against Pete Dunne. Don't call him Butch. He really don't like that. But the R-Truth does get the crowd to chant that. Um, but Butch makes him, or excuse me, Pete Dunne makes him pay for a bunch of punches and kicks. Unfortunately for Pete Dunne, he lets himself get distracted. This allows R-Truth to roll him up in his schoolboy roll for the 1-2-3. R-Truth wins this one to the delight of the crowd. And this leads up to our main event. Prior to this, there was an interview backstage, and all of a sudden there's a lot of noise going on, and somebody had attacked Jey Uso. Most they come back, and see Adam Pearce and Sami Zayn talk and say, "Hey, do you know who did this to Jay?" And Pearce is like, "No," but Pearce is like, "Who do you think did it?" And Sami Zayn, "I got a pretty good idea who it is, and I'm gonna go kick his ass right now." That person is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn is your main event. Basically, typical stuff, a little back and forth stuff. Rollins and Zayn trade punches. Zayn gets Rollins down for a clothesline, hammers away at him against turnbuckles. Hits the turnbuckle. Seth Rollins makes a comeback, and this is when, towards the end, Sami Zayn grabs a chair and gets in the ring. Rollins tells Zayn, "Hey, he didn't attack Uso." And as Zayn, tells Zayn to use his head, Zayn throws the chair out. Rollins rolls him up for the win. So that little bit of distraction cost him the win, and Rollins leaves the ring. But I do think there's a good chance that this next person might have been the one who attacked Jey Uso, and that being Drew McIntyre. Yes, Drew McIntyre made his return, gave Jey Uso the uh, Claymore kick, and then McIntyre poses as the show goes off the air. But pretty good show this week, I thought. You had the War Games chapter, War Games storyline, all done. Now everybody's kind of going back to their individual stuff. That being, for Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, CM Punk. Now CM Punk looks like it's going to be him and Rollins. Looks like now Zayn or Jey Uso will be going against Drew McIntyre. But yeah, so a lot of moving parts going on, and to set up the next event. So anyway, this does it for me on this week's Raw Recap show. Hope you folks enjoyed. You folks take it easy. Have a good one. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw Recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show live stream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling, featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday night on Fridays starting at 8 p.m.